Good evening, super friends, and welcome to the Monday, April 6th edition of the Sacred News and Weather. I am on the road this week from Downeyville, California. We're on a little bit of a spring break with my kids and my gentleman friend, and we have been hiking all day. So you're getting me fresh off the trail, fresh off of mamahood. It's been a busy, lovely, beautiful day. The river is absolutely gorgeous. It's full to the brim, and it's just been a magical, magical day. I missed you this weekend. I was planning on coming in and the press forward to get the car packed and get to church and bake the things and pick up the pieces. Just got to be a little bit too much, so I decided, it'll wait until Monday. So here I am. This evening's message is from a card pull. I actually physically pulled cards today. And interestingly enough, I pulled three sixes. I pulled the six of fire, which is wands in the traditional deck. I pulled the six of water, which is, or six of cups, water, the element of water. And I pulled the six of wind or swords. So I thought that was absolutely fascinating. And I also pulled the magician. So all of those cards came out at once. I promise you, I shuffled. And sometimes when I pull three out of four suits, I think about, well, what's missing? And it kind of tracks what is actually missing, which would be Earth, the six of Earth or the six of Pentacles, which is that grounding force. Just the element of Earth itself is the grounding force. The six of Pentacles can have one of two meanings, and it just depends upon the scenario. But for some of us, it's balance. For it's the idea of the scales being balanced. We're looking for something to come into balance, and something doesn't quite feel in balance. It can also be where something is out of balance, where someone is giving more than they are receiving. And so there's an invitation for us to look at that. And I only say that because that's the missing suit, which tells me that everything else is in place. The six of water, which is the faith card, which is having faith in the process, but it is also the six of cups, which could be a soul bond. So for some of you, you are spending time with the soul bond or you're connecting with a soul bond. That could be a beloved relationship, but it could also be our soul bonds come in all different forms. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker. We have more than one soul bond in this lifetime. We have many of them. And some of you are spending some good quality time with a new one or reconnecting with someone from your past. So that is forward the six of fire, which is the wand suit. That to me is generally a celebration. And by the way, the sixes are stability for me. When I see that we have three sixes, I'm looking at stability. We've come through the fives, we've come through the struggle, we've come through the strife, we've come through the turmoil, and we've landed at the six, which is a rebalancing in its new form, but we haven't yet embodied it, which is what comes in the sevens. And so I'm feeling that six energy of stability. And so with the six of fire or the six of wands, we're looking at a victory. We're looking at having gone through something and finally achieved the victory. It could be in business, it could be in passion in terms of relationship, it could be in any number of areas of your life, and you apply direct what speaks most to you. The six of swords, the six of air, and by the way, the six of fire is the glory card, which is can sometimes be a little bit egoic. So there is a little bit of a warning there that if you are, and I can feel that a little bit in the collective, if you are like kind of smugly celebrating something, then maybe you need to take a deeper look at what it is that feels so stable, and is it something that is like deeply rooted in you and deeply connected, Or is it something that's a little more ego driven and a little bit more materialistic, which brings me to that card that's missing, the six that's missing, which is the Six of Pentacles. And it makes me wonder if all is kosher, if everything is in balance in the way these cards are making us feel like, oh yeah, everything is in balance. But that absent card is like, but is it? So for some of you, you're being invited to take a closer look at what is feeling stable, to just make sure that you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's and made sure that everything is actually connecting and is in balance. The Six of Wind in the deck that I use, that I pulled from, it is the clarity card. It is, you've come through all of the turmoil, all of the confusion of the fives, and you've come into clarity. In a traditional tarot deck, it is a little bit more about moving away from uncertainty, moving toward calmer water, moving away from that Aries, like I can feel a lot of that Aries energy still in here. And for some of you, you that absent card again keeps speaking to me. For some of you, it's like, oh yeah, like we're through the fire now, we're through the fire. And I can feel that question mark. I can feel like, are we, or is there going to be more? And I know astrologically there's going to be more. So again, that invitation to like really make sure you're on terra firma, really make sure that you have moved toward calmer waters and you're not just in like kind of the eye of the hurricane, where things are calm, but there's a lot more coming. There is a little bit of that vibration. I don't like to portend gloom and doom, and that's not what I intend here. And I don't feel, I mean, other than what's going on in the outside world, the people who are gathered here and who are listening to me, I'm not predicting any doom and gloom in anybody's future here. I'm just asking you to, and this is a throwback to Friday, to pull that camera back and see and make sure that you haven't missed anything, or that there's nothing more that can be overturned before you feel like you're stable. The other note that I'm getting here as I'm talking is that some of you actually, and this is where it gets tricky, and you need to use your own intuition and you need to discern what's actually here for you. There are some of you who are very much on stable ground, and you've just moved into the sixes, but you're doing that questioning, like, am I really, is this the right thing? Am I really, is this the right thing? And I can be picking up, I feel like I'm picking up on some of that energy as well. And if you have just come through something and it's not your internal intuition that is making you feel like I might have missed something, but it's like the external buzzies. It's like, let me see if I can say this succinctly. Our intuition rarely causes us stress. So here, I think, is the deeper invitation. Our intuition can open us up to truths that might be uncomfortable, but it's very rarely that like very heady, like noisy noise in our brains that is our intuition. So if you are finding that you have noisy, 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 noisy in your brain, I'm going to invite you to really sink into your body, into your being, and listen from that place and know. Because I feel like once you come into that place, you're going to recognize, oh, everything is okay. It's this one thing that needs to be shifted. Some of you really need to just come really in and recognize everything is okay. The thing that needs to be shifted is this. If you are chattery up here, my guess is that that's not your intuition and that is outside noise. And that is actually not serving you right now. And what I'm hearing is you are actually more stable than you believe. So it took me a little while to get here, but I think that that is the true message of this evening, with that magician as the reminder. The magician contains all of the elements together. Remember, in the minor arcana, we were missing earth. The magician has it all. The magician has everything she needs to create that alchemical reaction. And so you can trust your inner magician. You can trust your intuition. You can trust that deeper knowing, but we want to turn off that Aries fiery chatter. Remember, a couple of weeks now, I talked about how like not giving heads to the demons that are buzzing all around you. That's the Aries Nissan energy in the zodiacal Aramaic Hebraic calendar. We're in that season where we get to choose whether we give our attention to the noisemakers that want to come in. And so this really feels like a day and evening where we stop giving heads to the demons, stop giving heads to the noisemakers, and come all the way into our bodies to recognize what is true for us. So I'm going to leave that today, and I will be back in tomorrow, maybe tomorrow early. We'll see. We'll see how the day plays out. But thank you for being here with me. Please like and share and subscribe. Tell your friends what I'm doing and send them to come and see me too. Thank you so much. Have a good night.